Captain Ishan Khalid, let me take this across to you now. At this stage, we are all waiting for what the analysis of the black box says. But you know, in terms of the visuals we've seen, you also the latest visuals right now on your screens of the crash site, the BJ Medical College hostel. We have the interior visuals over there with the aircraft where it's crashed, the interiors of the aircraft and the interiors, you know, mangled with the mess of the what it is made of the building per se. Your observations at this stage, because questions will be raised about the aircraft. What was wrong with the aircraft? You know, we've had a history of crashes as far as Boeing is concerned, Boeing 737 in particular. But as far as 787 is concerned, this is the first ever crash.
Yes, 787 has been in service for a very, very long time. It has flown millions of hours across the world, and it is generally considered to be a very safe and reliable machine. That having been said, this accident definitely is not attributable to weather, but attributable to either loss of power or loss of lift. Loss of power means engines have stopped producing the required amount of thrust, whether that is due to bird injection or due to any other technical fault yet to be established. The second one could be loss of lift. Loss of lift is something that can happen. Like you're seeing the aircraft right now, like it's a positive rate climb, gear up. So the co-pilot goes to raise the gear up, and instead of the gear going up, the flaps probably has gone up, and thereafter the descent has happened. There is no loss of engine power on any of the engine. Aircraft does not show a tendency to yaw. Aircraft does not show any tendency to veer away because of loss of thrust. It is almost impossible to have asymmetric loss of power. That means both the engines losing power at absolutely the same time. What would have happened is one engine would have gone, then the second engine would go, and thereafter you will have a yawing motion. The aircraft will go to the right and the left. That hasn't happened. So a loss of power simultaneously on the same engine at same rate seems to be a very unlikely proposition. Loss of lift can happen. And if that has happened, was it human error or was it technical? Because there are chances that, you know, the flaps would have auto-retracted. If that was the thing, it will be a bizarre technical fault, and it would lead to a lot of research as to how that happened. The switch position inside the cockpit will really determine where the switch position was. That is the landing gear and the flaps, because gear is down, so gear lever would not have been selected up. Flap lever, if it is not at the 5 position or the takeoff position, it could be indicated even in the present state of debris that we have. Also, DFDR will have the recording as to what has happened at that point of time. Almost 256 parameters or even more is recorded. So we would have every second by second recording of the event, and we would know exactly what happened, and the entire flight schedule can be recreated digitally, and it would be there for us to see as soon as the aircraft investigation board comes to a conclusion. However, at this juncture, it does not appear to be of anything else which could be a contributory factor like weather, hot temperature. Yes, it had a lot of fuel because it was going on a long flight, and that particular fuel would be a very big bomb. And if I was to give you an kind of an like it had more fuel than the aircraft that actually went into 9/11 crash. It had much more fuel than that. It was as big an aircraft. So it's a very huge explosion, very huge catastrophic loss of men and life and material. But at this point of time, it is very difficult to say. All our panelists who are well-accomplished pilot to actually say why the gear was down, because that's the only thing that we see very clearly. So if the gear was down, was it intentional or was it non-intentional? Okay. Between the pilot and the co-pilot, did the pilot know that the gear is going up and it wasn't going up, and actually the flaps was going up, causing the aircraft to descend down, all the way down? And since the pilot on control was not able to maintain a flight, a climb path, he asked for an Mayday call. Mayday call is just to say that we are into a very grave danger of life for the aircraft and occupant on